Hello friends, it's been a couple of weeks since the last tutorial because last week or weekend I was busy, and the week before that I was sick for like a week, but I am better now, so let's get going right away. As you can see, we have prepared another map for us to work with. We are stepping out of our apartment here. I have already set up different parts of this map, so we can walk behind stuff, and there are colliders for us, and we can walk around the map. The sound is currently wrong, so I think we need to set in the on start cutscene. We go sound, change footstep, change players, and just set it to stone right from the beginning, so that we don't have to set like triggers here, because this is all stone, so it's just easier to do like that. I have a couple little things, so I've created a trigger. A little rat runs past you. Whichever way you go, there will be a rat. If you walk into this trigger, we will move that rat that is off the screen to run to the other side. It's just a little funny thing to add. Yeah, that's all fine. And then we have these lights here. We have for the police car, we have two different lights, blue and red. And then on the start, we are running this lights cutscene. This cutscene is running in the background, and it is just turning on the other light and turning the other off, waiting half a second. Then the same thing, but other way around. Again, waiting half a second and then looping back. So it will be continuously looping between these two lights. As you can see, it brings a little life to the world. And then there's the rat. Yes. And there's a little doggy. Yay. We need to add more to this map here. So we need to add some characters and a policeman here. Some random bystanders. We want to add these cars going in the background. I've placed these here. I was thinking these could like go back here, drive across the map, set random sprites or animations to them. Let's see what we can work with. Let's go with the animations first, because it was this idea that I had that let's create first an animator for you, and you need a controller for your animations. Animation controller, this is car bottom. We can reorganize all of this better later. Now we have this car bottom. We have our animation tab here. You can add tabs from here. Just right click on this bar here, or yes, and yeah, we can start creating animations. So let's just name these car. I mean, they're going right, so in case we are going car right 1. So it might be better even to name these like car right. In case we need to use these in other maps, they might not always be on the top or the bottom. So we have a car right and car left. And the car right, we have our car right animation. We need to find our sprites. Here's our taxi. Grab those animations. Yeah, this doesn't actually have an animation. There's just the same sprite. I can't like see anything changing here. But that's fine, because some cars do have some sort of animation. Just create a new one. This will be a tedious process, but it's gonna be worth it in the end. And just keep adding these different sprites depending on what you have, of course. This also doesn't. I think these cars don't have that animation where you can see the wheels actually turning. Some cars do have those. But I will just maybe do like a time lapse of me adding all of these animations to this, so we can then after that we can like make a action list that it will randomly select the animation and then run the car across the screen and then keep looping that, so we can have this kind of traffic going back here. Just adding a little life and flavor to our maps. There we go, 20 vehicles going to the left too. Let's see actually how the positioning is, because it's pretty close there. It's just that don't do that. The bikes are way higher and we can't really see them. Well, it's not that important right now. Let's just make sure the basic car is about there. Also remember to snap these. Even though they're moving, it's not quite that important. But you know, every little bit helps. Yes, I'd like to keep this closer to this. They're going behind that house though, so that's fine. Okay, what's the next step? I think I'm just gonna duplicate these lights. This is car bottom. And let's select everything and delete. This is our base for this. It is running in background. Okay, we have our animation to set here. So object animate, sprites unity, select our car. The one going right is the bottom one. And this would be car underscore right one. Yes, this sets the animation, but before that we need to actually add variable check random number. We are preventing the same value twice and the amount of animations for us is 20. Move this to the front, then do car right 1, duplicate car right 2. It's fine, we will continue from those in a bit. Just add these animations first, because the animation here is the only thing that changes and the movement of the object otherwise is the same. So the only randomness in here is just the animation. So keep adding those, all the 20 of them. Okay, we have our 20 animations. Auto arrange this. Then from each of these we need to run the action list to the same action. So just make an empty action, drag this around, make sure all of these animations go to the same thing. There we go. Okay. What it does, those when you change this action type, the lines disappear, but they're actually there. If you just scroll, you can see that they exist. They don't remove themselves. Okay, object transform. In case, in order to move an object by the object transform action, you need to add movable script to your object that you want to move. So here we are moving the car across the screen like so. So we need to set the y value to be same and the x value is the one that will change, and it is in minus 18 point something, so we will move it to 18 point another something. 18.5 is probably good. And this transition time is how fast basically it goes. 1, 2, 3, too slow. Maybe 2 seconds. Oops, didn't need to do that. 1, 2. Maybe 1 second. 1 second is probably too fast. 1. I don't know. Maybe 1 second. Let's test. We need to test this. We won't know otherwise. We need to see how fast they go. Okay. They transition across the screen. We will wait until finish. We will copy the transform, paste it, and then we just change this X value back to the original position. And this doesn't have the transition time. Not one. It will snap directly back here. And then it will change the sprite and go again once we get to that. So we don't want the cars to run in, not run parallel. We need the variable check random number again. Maybe 5 values, prevent the same value twice. So we don't want the cars to go in like same pattern, same like time. So we need to add some variation, 0.5, 1. Maybe some between these values, 7, 5. Not that, I didn't want to do that. 1.25 and then 1.5. Okay. And all of these wait functions need to go all the way back to the beginning. So let's just grab those and drag it closer to the beginning so we can easily assign these. You can do this like so. It's not the best choice actually. And then just drag these. Also, you can just do continue and it will automatically go to the next assigned action, or you can skip and select action to skip to, and it will be the very first one. So run. So not run, we skip to the first one, like so. Now all wait functions go back to the beginning, so this action list will be looping. It will set randomly the car's animation, all 20 of them, and then it will move the car across the screen. Once it moved across the screen, it will go right back, wait for some range of time, and then it runs again. And only thing we need to do now is on start scene. On start cutscene, we need to go action list run and grab the car bottom here. It is running from start. We don't need to wait for finish. These are running in the background. We can save and we can check what happens. Is it too fast? Who knows? Oh, there's a stop here. I didn't. One of these was wrong, so skip to the first one. That's why it wasn't looping. Okay, let's check that again. It's quite funny because I can't actually see it myself, but you see it in action here. They are moving across the screen and then they disappear. I need to actually see if the car has enough space. I think it goes across the screen all the way. They are quite fast, but I think it's fine. There's some bikes and then there's cars. So our character currently can't actually walk close enough here, but if we have like a panning camera or maybe we expand this city at some point, then we can like properly see what's going back there. This is just some flavor to add to your world, which is nice. Now it will be much easier now to do the other one, car top, because we actually have we just duplicate the action list. And we only need to change the correct car here and the animation name. If I was wise, I would have named both of these animations the same way. So no left or right, but just the numbers. So it would be easier. But let's just change the animator first. There, make sure it's moving the correct. The card is actually also needs the movable card left, and this value we need to swap these around like so. And then it's just the wait function, and we still need to change the names. So car left 1. Copy, paste, change the number. Copy, paste, change the number. This pattern all the way to 20. And left 20. There we go. Okay, we need to change that too. So we snap the correct car. Let's just put these positions there in the inspector to starting positions. Okay. And on the start, also run the car top action list. There we go. Now a little bit more life in this place. And we can see them. Oh, they are actually, no, wait. Car top. Its Y position is still wrong. So car left, it's 13, not 10. There we go. Now it's correct. Now we can go and see how it works. So we can see they have a little bit of variance on when they go. There we go. It looks fine to me. Let's go full screen. Let's hide the fact that they are spawning like changing the sprites so it doesn't look quite so jarring to you. But here we have some traffic generated for our scene, randomly selecting from 20 different animations going either left or right. I know they're like the same ones technically going left and right. They're just changing direction, but there's so many and they're so fast. There we saw 2 identical car or like bikes going like opposite to each other, but it's fine. They're going so fast we don't really have the time to like notice any of that. But yes, that's fun. Let's move on to other topics. Namely, we need to add some more NPCs in this scene. Just the rat and the dog is not quite enough. I might actually add a little collider to the rat too. Small little circle collider. Will it move the player out of its way? Maybe, I don't know. We'll have to see about that. Copy component. Give it to the other rat. There should also be like a little voice line, I mean sound effect for the rat. Make a little squeak when they run past. It would be funny. Anyway, we have a lot of different sprites here. There's some dead bodies. We don't really need those right now. I need a police officer in here. We might as well just do a proper like animated in all directions policeman. Zero out that position, it's behind the door. Of course it's behind the door. Why is the door? Nah, whatever. Let's create NPC. So editors, character wizard, NPC. It's automatically selected here, and this is just police officer. Sprites unit, yes. Add collision, yes. No animator states, yes. It will automatically create you all the things it needs. Don't have a talk animation. We have an idle animation. Police 1_idle. Copy that. The walk field, walk and run has the same. We are ignoring gravity, we are freezing in rigid body, we are not moving actually with rigid body, I believe. So remove that. I don't remember, hold on. It was important to have on the player, so it takes colliders into account, but it doesn't need to have it with NPCs, if I remember correctly. Make sure the circle collider on its feet. Follow sorting map. If this character is moving around, it should have this always. Might as well keep it. There is no auto-detecting surfaces. Footsteps sounds are played automatically. Surfaces window. Wood, carpet, stone. I believe if we rearrange the stone to the top, it will be the default sound if I know this correctly. Let's just see what happens. Modify these a little bit, however you need to. Yes, human sprite maybe a little bit smaller. This can have the highlight. Is it's itself, right? Yes. Highlight, it can have an use interaction. It can say something like, this is a police matter. Stand back, citizen. And we can also hold on actually, because we do have faces here. Yes, this is the police, but the problem here with this is because these are in the same sprite, all of these different faces. So what I had to do here is just cut all of these sprites into individual parts like so. So we can have all of the different expressions, and we would have to do this for all of our characters if they have different expressions. The policeman can just be one. It can just be this. It's angry. Go away. Now it has a face. If we wanted to have different expressions, we would click check expression and then we add different expressions. This is like neutral, and then the replacement token would need to be added to the text. Neutral, and then this would be maybe angry. Not angry, this is like serious. So this would be if let's say by default the face is neutral, and then when we want to change in text, we just add this expression tag here. And what you need to remember with expression tags here, if you do translations for your game, this always needs to be same. You cannot translate this part. And that's all they need to say. Now let's just see if everything's correct. Everything should be correct. Let's drag this bad boy here as a prefab so we can move that and use that anywhere, any scene, whenever. Does it have the... Hold on, where is the... Follow sorting map is actually on the wrong object here. I don't know why. By default, why it would go on the main. Oh, it's also affecting children. Okay. But the problem here is it's affecting children, so it works. But it doesn't show the edit mode preview. This is what we want to see. So we can easily like move these characters around and see where they would work. Do not move the sprite though. adventure creator will complain if you move the sprite. It will say this sprite is not at 0. Is that correct? Let's just add these. Don't edit the script. No, I don't want to do that. Yeah, that's sometimes annoying when you try to click these. Sometimes just clicks again. I don't know if it's me problem, if it's my PC or something. Anyway, we have a police officer here now. Let's go talk to this person. So we have cars going in the background. We can't see them because our field of view is quite small. There's the rat. There's a dog. It says it cannot play animations because we haven't added any. But this police officer is here. Oh, we don't actually have a UI set up correctly yet for the face. It's not it doesn't exist currently. But for the animations of this character, we need to go back and animate this bad boy. Animator, yes. Oh yeah, I've accidentally, I guess I closed my animation tab. Okay. Create. Let's go and put this into the same police folder. It's in the faces folder right now, but it's fine. This was police 1 underscore idle underscore down. Same way that we gave our player these animations. There we go. Clear the console there. Let's just make sure that we can apply the prefab for the animator, so that will find it if we use it in any other scene. We might as well create a path here now, because this has to do with NPCs too. So this police officer may have a path here. Let's create add node. Although we want to move the number 1, the 0 can be there. And we can just move the number 1 node. Maybe it will walk there. Past the dog. And maybe back then, so it would be ping pong. I believe ping pong is like back and forth. And if we want the character to wait at certain points, just create a single cutscene that has the character waits during. But this cutscene needs to go run in background. So in this cutscene, only thing we need to do is how long we want this character to wait. Maybe 4 seconds. So in our path, whichever node you want the character to wait in, drag this to. So character waits during the 3rd node and the 0, the origin node. So it will be walking like there and there and there. Simple as that. So we also need to go to on start, and we need to go character, move along path, select the police, select the path. Does not need to teleport to start. Starting a node can be whatever, maybe closest is the smartest way, so they won't move through anything. So that should be good. This is running back. Yes, let's see. We play, we move, we check what it's doing. It is walking. It has very loud animation sound, and its movement is not. Hold on, let's check this. So the turn root object in 3D. No, retro style movement. Yeah, that was what I missed. We want it to be immediate, and the footstep sounds way down. 0.3 maybe. Let's see what's up. Now it moves as I like. Past the dog. Follow sorting map something component. Follow sorting map component attached to our player on the characters is on the character's route. Depth shifting is disabled. Right, that's the same problem actually. Make sure to apply to this prefab these values. Let's go check our character. It also has the follow sorting map on the wrong. Well, it's not necessary edit mode preview. Yeah, it's not necessarily the wrong here, but I would prefer if it was actually on the object that it's affecting, namely the sprite renderer, and it's the sprite renderer's ordering layer. So it would make more sense to have it on that object instead of the root. Okay, now it shouldn't complain. I don't know, depth shifting complaints about that. Will this character just walk through me? Yes, but you cannot walk into them. So if you try to block them like this, they will push you. Yes. Yeah, and we can talk to them still. It doesn't show the face. That is a UI problem. I will handle UIs later, but this is just a couple of things that will bring more life to your scene. Pretty simple tutorial in a sense here, but maybe just showing a little bit of like NPC interaction, their path, and like other objects moving around, the rat, the cars, and how to make your scene a bit more livable, the lights too. Bring a bit more life to your scenes. Yes. Okay, this is good. This was, well, there was some action list creation. There was some like level design, technically NPC design. But yes, little by little we get somewhere. Yes. Okay, good. I think this is enough for this tutorial. Thank you very much for watching, and until the next one. Bye.